Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Why We Do It, the stories behind the stories in amateur sports, and to this particular special Eejitonabike series. This episode is very kindly sponsored by Pedal Power in West Calder. They command one of the biggest cycling retail floor spaces in Scotland, and they can advise on all aspects of cycling, from your kid's first bike right up to pro-level road and off-road bikes, e-bikes, accessories, and clothing. They also provide coaching, group rides, bike fit services, plus a superb workshop. Always friendly and incredibly helpful. I bought my first main road bike there a few years ago and have been using them ever since for all my cycling requirements. A top-notch outfit. That's Pedal Power, located on Main Street in West Calder. Daithi, I'm using your Sunday name because it's a special Sunday and we want to be respectful, so I've even put my Sunday name up on the screen. So this is Daithi and James catching up on a very special Sunday, and it's so good to see you with a massive smile on your face. How are you doing?
I'm doing brilliant, Jim. I had a huge sleep in. I didn't wake until 5:30.
Wow. Don't push the boats out there.
I've been like a lord and a king this morning. I got up, I had a shower, I then read the Irish news about the game today. I then took a look at what might be possible for a bike ride tomorrow and the day after. And then I went and I ate like a king the breakfast. I think they probably made a loss on me. And now I've got the Di2 charging down in the basement. So all is good this morning.
All is good. That's amazing. And the very grand background. It must be in a very posh place in a little town called Teruel in Spain. Yeah. How's Teruel, apart from having two Irish bars, neither of which are going to be open?
Yeah. Sorry, Jim.
I said the town you're in has got two Irish bars, but apparently neither of them are going to be open.
No, and I went to one of them yesterday evening specifically to check and see where they're showing the game. He said, "What game? What sport?" I said, "The All-Ireland final, Gaelic football. This is the U2 pub." He said, "We open at 6. Is that good enough?" I says, "No, the game goes in at 4:30. So lucky enough, Abby has sent me a VPN link, so I'll be able to watch it on my phone.
There we go. Excellent. Not quite the same as your former watches, but maybe you're part of that curse when you're posting on the channel this morning that this is the first game you're not going to be at. The Mayo curse is going to be broken. Do you want to explain to people briefly what the Mayo curse is and how it's going to be overcome so that the lads pick up the Sam today?
Well, as you know, you sent me a very colourful sketch this morning with some interesting words in it, but I think there's one or two people who might be a bit offended by some of those words.
Yes.
But to simplify it, in 1951, when we last won the trophy, apparently, the team were driving home on the back of a bus and somebody had died. And the custom at the time was you stopped and you were silent, and they weren't. And the priest cursed them and said that Mayo would never win the All-Ireland again until all of the members of the team were dead. They're all long dead, and we still haven't won. So I think the curse is a crock of shit, and hopefully we'll win today.
It's a bit harsh. I mean, you might have said half of the team, but the whole team, that's a bit harsh. And we both know where that comes from. Stolen joke.
Well, and it's interesting, Jim. The very first one of these bike rides I ever did was the Wild Atlantic Way. And
yes.
That was 2,100 kilometres. And on my way around that, I was taken to visit a man that's called Paddy Prendergast. And Paddy Prendergast is an absolute legend in Mayo, having won the All-Ireland with Mayo and lived in Kerry. And sadly, he too has now passed away. But what a lovely man he was. So I've met one of them.
And as that another clip from that jokey thing I sent you that we can't repeat because there's too many bad words in it. Yes. It's still rest in peace all those players because they are still the best team that you guys had. But hopefully that'll be overcome today when the new best team comes through. So,
one more shout out. I come from a little town called Louisburg, and one of the players on the Mayo team in 1950 and 1951, because they won it 2 years in a row then, we were great then, was Joe Stanton from Louisburg, the chemist.
Brilliant. Obviously no longer with us, so rest in peace.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to what's going on in the rest of your world right now. 995 kilometers to go.
Yes.
Wow. How are you feeling about that? And what's your plan for this next week?
Well, I'm delighted they've got here, because they were, yesterday in particular was a really tough day. It was, I know, must have been 2/3 of the day was climbing, and it felt brutal. And then when I started to descend, there was a freaking headwind. So that's as bad as climbing. But the thing is, knowing I had a day off, it didn't matter if it was 170 or 270, I was having the day off. So that's brilliant. As you know, Jim, I built a plan to finish this ride yesterday.
I remember.
So as far as I'm concerned, my planning is shit. And therefore, I have changed completely to just planning, like the song says, one day at a time, sweet Jesus.
One day at a time.
Yes. And so I have a plan for tomorrow. And if I get there, I'll have another plan for the next day. So
All right.
there's quite a lot of climbing ahead, especially with the Pico della Valletta. If all goes well, and there's a horribly noisy creak in the bike at the minute, but if all goes well, I should climb part of the Pico around Thursday.
All right. Okay. It's a couple of hundred from the end, isn't it? That last checkpoint, Pico. It's a big old hill.
It's 400 or 500 from the end.
I'm looking at the map here. Okay, I'll take your word for it. I can't zoom in that much just yet.
Yeah.
It's on the way between where you are now and where you got to go, and it's a big old hill, and you got to go all the way up to the checkpoint, and then you come all the way back down the same road, and then carry on back towards Tarifa.
Andy seems to like doing this, throwing nefarious, complete wastes of time into the event, just so just so you can really, really kill yourself.
So you say that your plan has gone to pot, and that 36 days was your original target. I was actually thinking about that yesterday, because I knew yesterday was 36 days, and I was thinking to myself, this was the target day for finish. But oh my God, David, I'm going to put this on the screen, because I just feel that we all need to just reflect for a second. I'm sharing my screen here. This is Spain. For those of you who are looking at this very closely, I'll try to use my mouse there to show you're in this region over here. So Madrid is not far away to your left, or to the west of the screen, which hopefully is not kind of causing you issues with smoke and fires. And I was thinking about you quite a lot when I was watching the news about fires, but we won't get too distracted by that. Hopefully it'll be okay carrying on through. So you're between Madrid and Valencia basically, and you've got this last stretch to do down to here. 36 days, no rest, 175 kilometers a day average, which is 108 miles a day, every single day for 36 days. And I'm just going to zoom out slowly here, because that's Spain and it looks big. But, oh my goodness, as you keep coming back on this, there's the UK coming into it. The orange line is where you've been all the way up the screen. We still haven't got anywhere near the top. There's the whole of UK now getting small in this, and we still haven't got anywhere near the top. There it is, finally coming in at the North Cape, and you can see Norway and Finland, and that is unbelievable when you look at it compared to the size of the UK in there. All of these countries, 36 days. What you have done already is just unbelievable. I mean, how do you feel about what you've done so far when you look at it like that?
Lucky. I can't quite understand how my body and my bike have held up. What I do know is there's no way I'd have got here, Jim, without all the crack and the fun and the slagging and everything that's been on that WhatsApp chat. I was thinking about it yesterday when I got here. That's 15 days on my own now, physically. But you'd swear it wasn't the bags on the bike that was all the weight. It's all the fucking people on the chat that have about 150 messages every single day. So it's just been brilliant. And if I can bring it back a little bit, Jim, to why I'm doing it, there's been a couple of people in particular on the chat who have been just superb supporting me. And of course, you also know there's a couple of anonymous donors, right? And if everything that they've pledged is matched, then there'll be an extra $5,000 that wouldn't have been there but for them. So I just want to make a special, I can't say who they are, but I have to make a special call out to them, because they've just been outstanding. And just to finish that point, Jim, if every penny that's promised comes in, it's guaranteed £48,000, which is flabbergasting as far as I'm concerned. And the vast majority is coming from those 180 people or so that are on the chat. And I know there's a lot of people who are waiting until I finish to donate. So I'm hoping it'll get very close to that 60 grand.
Yeah, it's absolutely phenomenal. I'm actually just clicking on the fundraising page here on the side as I say this, but it's sitting at 37.2 at the moment, which is unbelievable. As some people may know, I was more directly involved with Coco a few years ago, not so much directly now, but still very supportive. But I do know that, and I remember when we were celebrating your contribution to Coco in 2023 when you did the North Cape 4,000 and you raised in the region of 15,000. I can't remember the exact number, and we were praising you, and there was a dinner you and I went to in London where a big deal was made about what you'd done there. Even though you're wearing brown shoes with a dinner jacket, we'll leave that to one side.
And a Mayo bow tie.
And a Mayo bow tie, that's true. And you, the point being made was that at that point, that was the single biggest donation from any individual that Coco had received at that point. There'd been some bigger donations from trusts and foundations and other organizations, but from a single person doing a kind of fundraising effort on their own, that was the biggest donation. Now you're sitting at 37.2. You've blown that away. Yeah. You've got more coming in, as you say. It's phenomenal. And I mean, what Coco is benefiting from in terms of your efforts is it almost can't be described. It's just incredible.
Well, whether it is or it isn't, it's all down to the generosity of the people that are actually care about me, and that's a big thing for me. So,
well done, mate. Absolutely brilliant. And not over yet. Days to go. Few days to go. Not many. And I was just considering kind of as you start to approach the finish, and fingers crossed, all that kind of those little concerns you have will hold together. But so it's not over yet by any means. There's still work to be done. But what are you looking forward to the most when it's over?
Well, except for the fact that I paid quite a lot of money for the bike, I'd throw it in the sea.
Poor old Jasper.
I am planning not to sit on a bicycle again this year.
This year, jeez.
Once I finish it. To be honest, I just want some simple things. This morning I got up and I ate like a normal person. I know I said I ate a lot, but I took my time. I didn't have to wolf it down like as if I had to be gone in 2 minutes. I didn't have to wash bottles or wash clothes or anything. I could just be normal, and I just want to be normal for a while.
To be normal.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Daithi Hinahan and the word normal is ever going to fit in a sentence, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. You do what you do.
Hopefully Denise will be there. If she can manage to get a flight, she'll come out and be there for me at the end, which would be fantastic.
Okay. Yeah. And then at the same time, what are you going to miss the most when it's over? Anything at all?
Well, I'll tell you, Jim, I'll definitely be going back to the Alps. I have never been so blown away by anything in my whole life. Everywhere you looked, it was just jaw-dropping. It was just so beautiful. Just the absolute beauty in nature. I know it was hard climbing the bloody things, but it was absolutely fabulous. So I will miss all that. I know I shouldn't really say this. I'm not going to miss a lot about cycling in Spain, for example. It's hard, it's rural, it's dry, it's arid, it's lonely. But I will definitely miss all the Alps and that whole area because it was just so fabulous. So all the way from when I started climbing in Switzerland, from there all the way through to just before Nice. That was just fabulous. I cannot say I'll miss a horrible routine, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, stuffing food down your throat, even though you don't want to eat it at all, packing your bags and getting out on the bike with the light on at 6 o'clock in the morning. I am definitely not going to miss that. I will miss, Jim, all the camaraderie and the fun and the crack and the laughing on the chat. It's just been absolutely brilliant the whole way through. And we're going to have a WhatsApp chat of the event award. I know what my one is, and it goes way back to the beginning.
So an award for the best post on the whole channel of the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm voting. I don't know you, mate, but that's a load of bollocks.
We won't mention the supplement subject again. Yeah, but yes, that was nearly fisticuffs at dawn. So yeah, that was respect to the guys involved in that one if they're listening. That was very good. Well, there's a week left, so maybe something more controversial can happen in the next week.
Well, yesterday was actually lovely as well, Jim, because the temperature was about 10 degrees lower than it had been. And today it's about 20 degrees, which I'm actually feeling cold in at this stage. I think I've got acclimatized to mid-30s, but all the suggestions are it's going back up into the 30s again this week. So
I got it. So go on.
That's a kind of a limiting factor. We'll see how that impacts things during the week.
It's interesting you talk about climatizing. I got two thoughts on that. On a more kind of serious note, your body will definitely adjust to temperature. You remember I think you and I had a laugh a few years ago when I was trying to acclimatize for a hot event, and I spent 6 months running in my garage with the temperature turned up to 30 degrees with an industrial heater, only to find out after the event that it only takes 2 or 3 weeks for your body to adjust, not 6 months. And I nearly stopped with 3 weeks to go because I thought I'd done it and I would have unraveled it all. So in that time, if you've been in that heat, your body will have acclimatized considerably. And I got to say, I mentioned this on the chat the other day. There's a picture you posted of a young, I guess, Spanish lad who was wearing, it was a Mayo shirt, wasn't it? Which was intriguing.
It was a Portuguese top, but
okay. I thought it looked similar, and I thought it might be. Yeah, okay. I should have spotted the Portuguese top, but you posted the picture of that guy, and you just look so healthy and well, and big smiley face. And we could do a string of pictures of you from the beginning. Because you've looked rough as a dog a few times, man. You have looked like you've been beaten up by Mike Tyson a few times. But now you look absolutely fine and healthy and kind of really, really strong, which is your body's obviously got used to it.
Well, that's what the best cheese salad ever in the world and calamari do to you. When you feel stuffed, you feel happy. Life is simple when you're on a bike.
Despite the abuse you took for that salad, it's done you good. Yeah. So, David, I hesitate to ask this question, but because it may well be very, very soon or too soon. But have you thought about your next challenge yet?
There's only 2 words I can think about that, Jim, and the second one is off.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you might say that. Well, I'm glad you laughed at that. It could have gone either way. All right, mate. That's probably about time for as much as people want to handle of this in a recorded podcast. But thanks again to Pedal Power, who's been sponsoring these episodes. They are going to be donating £1,000 as part of their sponsorship into the cause. I will be going to see them this week to finalize that. So thanks again to Pedal Power for their support. Their logo's in the top here if you want to find out more about what Pedal Power do. But I don't know when we'll talk again. I guess it probably will be when it's over. Because hopefully, fingers crossed, by this time next week you'll be kicking back and relaxing as you are right now.
Anyway, we'll see. Close enough anyway, hopefully.
Close enough. Come on, you Mayo for Sam. There's a lot going on.
Well, at the moment, that's the most important thing. I'm not too bothered about when I finish, as long as they win the All-Ireland.
What does the Sam bit mean? Mayo for Sam.
Sam Maguire was a fighter in the old IRA long ago, the good IRA.
I'm so glad I brought that up.
For Ireland, and they call the cup after Sam Maguire. So it's the Sam Maguire Cup is what you get if you win the All-Ireland.
Excellent. All right. On that note.
See you later, squaddy.
Oh boy, the questions you rarely regret asking. That's the top one on the list.
Have a good day, Jim, and I'll talk to you soon, please, God.
Have a brilliant day off. Have a brilliant day off, David. Enjoy enjoy the game. Hopefully the boys will do the business and have a brilliant week. And we'll talk to you at some point again.
Take it easy. God bless, Jim. Cheers.